So attribution, just to like define the term for the purpose of this conversation for the listeners, like when I talk about attribution, I mean digital tracking. Like we're going to track this user, what ads did they view or click on prior to conversion, and then assign some amount of credit to that. So in that case, like I think attribution has an important role to play for the D2C parts of a business and probably will forever. But there are a lot of limitations that come with it. And so you just need to be really aware of what those limitations are and then think about, what is the right tool for the business at the stage that we're at. So if you are bootstrapping a D2C e-commerce business, whether it's sort of a drop shipping style or whatever it is that you're doing, you're going to get started with attribution. And that's the right thing to do, right? Because you're going to focus on probably one, maybe two marketing channels at most. You're going to want to drive as much efficiency in those as you can. They're going to be probably Meta and Google, a lot of great tools. You don't have to worry that much about incrementality because you're only on 2 channels, and like that reporting is going to do really well for you. I think if you're in that situation, you look at a first touch attribution report, you look at a last touch attribution report, that's going to get you 85% of the way there of everything that you could possibly want to know. And you're going to be able to scale that business up to a certain point. The problem then is going to come once you start expanding beyond those couple of channels and you start experimenting with advertising that is less at the very bottom of the funnel, right? Once you start doing influencers or YouTube videos or things where you don't necessarily expect people to like click and buy right then, that's where you start to run into this problem of like, you actually need to think about incrementality. And incrementality is this idea of like causal relationships. If I spend an extra $1,000 in this channel, how much is that truly going to drive our revenue? Or if I take $1,000 out, how much revenue are we going to lose? That's the thing that you really care about as a marketer. And attribution, unfortunately, is very close to incrementality when you're only on a few channels and you're very small. And it gets farther away as the business gets bigger. And so this is this problem that we see across the industry right now where marketers get trained on attribution thinking it's the same thing as incrementality when their business is small. Business gets bigger, more complex. It actually is less indicative of incrementality, but they're still like using those same methods and they're misleading themselves and misleading the business by relying on that measurement methodology.